Hey guys, DELAET here again for Pickup Daily. We're starting it all up again. I hired a couple of business coaches and we got a copywriter now, and so we're going to be pumping out content again daily until the end of next October, and then we'll see what we're doing from there. We're committing here to give you new content every day for the next year as we move around the world and travel and be all crazy, and teaching you the cutting edge tactics and techniques to deal with your dating life. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how pickup has evolved, how to break through your own fears, and how to get the results you want at breakneck speed. I'm DELAET for Pickup Daily. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about pickup in general. Pickup, when it first got started way back in the 80s, it came off of some NLP stuff from Ross, the grandfather of the game. He was talking about how to hypnotize people with your language. And being a certified hypnotist myself, I've gone through a lot of that training, and there's a lot of good stuff there. But as the years went on, it sort of evolved. When we got to the Dave D'Angelo things, we had, in 2001, we had Eben Pagan was just an amazing guy. He just broke everything out and made it palatable for actual people to deal not with the dark arts of manipulation and stuff, but more into the realm of normal guy thinking, and that brought on Mystery Method, and Eric and his whole team just did amazing things for the industry. I mean, they virtually started what we know as Pickup today. Back in the Project Hollywood days in 2004, we had Tyler and his crew and Nick. Everybody just did amazing things with just pushing forward with the game. Now, 10, 14 years later, we've got ourselves a real industry. Multi-million-dollar industry, and people are making a whole lot of money doing, giving real advice that helps real people get real results. And I just feel privileged to be a part of it and seeing it in its current iteration in its evolution. But what I want to talk to you today about is about the disconnect between what a lot of guys come in expecting and what a lot of guys are getting out of pickup in general. See, I teach boot camps almost every weekend with The Attractive Man. Matt's team is amazing, and it's just a privilege to travel around the world and see all these beautiful places, be in the best nightclubs ever. But I get new students all the time, and they come in with a certain level of expectations. And here's how I explain it to them. Pickup, how Mystery defined it in his first book, is the first 7 to 10 hours of an interaction. It's where you first go up and you meet somebody to kind of getting to the point where they want you to stick around for a while, right? And that's all it's really supposed to be. Even Mystery himself said you should only be in the game for a little while and then move on with the rest of your life. And I've been thinking a lot about that lately as I've been talking to guys and teaching and doing all this stuff. People come in expecting to, bang a whole bunch of models, or, get married off really fast, or whatever their end goal wants to be, hold a harem of girls or whatever. And all that stuff is definitely possible, starting from the things that we train in the pickup industry. But pickup in general, I think, is about fear. It's about taking out your fears and allowing yourself to be a full, expressive human in front of other people. Through societal conditioning and the things that we were taught growing up, being raised by a generation of women, as Chuck Palahniuk would have said, we have gotten to the point where we are unable to express ourselves, unable to communicate in ways that are full and free and fluid and natural with other human beings. And when we can find those relationships, they become very few and far between, and they're very scarce for us. And it gives us a lot of anxiety trying to make that happen in the real world. And so what I think pickup is you're training to be expressive. Like Mystery used to say, you must be in the mood to convey. And then showing your personality and going through the technical steps to make sure that you're continuing to escalate. You're showing leadership, you're flipping all the attraction switches. And then at that next level, you can get into a real relationship. But then after that first 7 to 10 hours, that's more into dating and intercommunication and dating dynamics. And as we grow as humans, we're going to start talking a lot about that stuff. My new book coming out is all about dealing with attachment issues and codependency and stuff in relationships. But pickup on its own is really a bunch of practice to get over fear and your abilities and your inability to get over your own internal mental blocks to be effective in the social sphere. So a lot of guys come into this thing where they're looking for badass results like they see in the movies, or they're looking for amazing human partnerships with other people, and that's not really what the exercises are designed to do. That's not really what the study of this stuff are designed to do. If you're looking at pickup lines, if you're looking at approaching, if you're looking at getting through escalation issues, if you're looking at sexual escalation issues, if you're looking about expressing your sexuality as a man and all of that stuff, that's really in the first block of time, the first 7 to 10 hours that you talk to a woman. Then after that, you got to work on your interpersonal skills. You got to work on dating. You got to work on providing value over the long term, keeping things fresh, and continuing to blow her mind with how amazing you are, and then demand that from her so you get mutual investment. Right? That's the thing. But people come in here and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to take this boot camp and we're going to bang models and shit. Okay, that might happen, right? In our 7 days at The Attractive Man, we get guys who hook up with 2-3 girls in the same week, right? And then I'll see them later on and they were not able to replicate the results because they weren't, we go to these big party destinations and like everybody's free and flowing and inhibitions are down and everything's pretty awesome. And then they get back to the real world and they have to talk to real people and they're not practicing in that environment. And those results, while in the beginning of my pickup career, that's all I was going for. I was trying to get guys to close very fast and get all of those Hollywood ideals out of it. But those results don't really create a skill set. The skill set is grinded hard day in, day out, practicing and making yourself a better communicator, making yourself face your fear day in, day out, and let it back the fuck down. That's really the key of practicing pickup. And so when you come in with an expectation of being able to get these massive results very, very, very fast, like the best guys in the industry don't necessarily close every night. The best guys in the industry can't get every girl. That's just not what it's about. And to think about pickup in that cold, calculated, manipulated way, it's useful to learn that stuff, but at the end of the day, it limits your progress because the goal is to be able to be a full, living up to your potential man who can attract and entertain and build up the people around him, right? And your future wife or your future group of wives or whatever you want to end up doing are not going to benefit from you just being good at that first little bit. And you can't just like creep out of the fucking shadows and like you run your little 7 to 10 hour stack and then be done, right? You have to be able to be vulnerable. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to be authentic. You have to be able to share the hard parts of your life, the deep-seated parts of your life with somebody and then have them reciprocate back and create an actual relationship or relationships if that's what you're into. And so I encourage you guys, when you guys go out and practice, this stuff is deadly effective. You go out and you talk to new people, you open up things and everything, you see all of the goods and the bads and the ugly of human behavior, and you start to become accustomed to it, and you start to be able to navigate yourself in that world. That's excellent. But remember, there's a larger goal to this. You're working towards what Maslow would have called self-actualization. And the ability to go out and be a force among the world. And that's kind of where it's kind of evolved to. RC is kind of leading the charge into this more real, more self-development direction. And I think it's just doing great for everybody around, as long as the people who come into the system understand that they're going to have to do a lot of work on themselves to become high percentage male. Results will come after your skill set ends up at a level that you can deal with them. We're doing a bunch of big things here with Pickup Daily. I hired on 2 coaches, Dio from masculinitystyle.com and Lendy from Social Q Nation. I got a copywriter now. We got all sorts of stuff going on. October 1st, we're going to launch a new campaign where we're doing things every day for the next year, and we're just going to take the fuck over with the blogs and the internet and all that business. So please keep watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified whenever sprinklers. And even gonna cut that out. Just make sure it's focused.
Yeah, dope.
And if you want to get notified, no. Anyways, sprinklers. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because we're gonna be releasing a whole bunch of content, just shoving it down your throats, colloquially speaking. Anyways, hit the little bell if you want to get notified for each time we release something. And check out socialqnation.com and masculinitystyle.com as our new partners. I want to welcome them into the Pickup Daily family. And until tomorrow, stay awesome.
Light up the past just like a cigarette.